From the time she was born, she had been hemmed into an ever-narrowing space, until now she was very nearly walled in, and the wall had been built up brick by eager white hands. Streets like the ones she lived on were no accident. They were the North's lynch mobs, she thought bitterly, the method the big cities used to keep Negroes in their place. And she began thinking of Pop, unable to get a job, of Jim slowly disintegrating because he too couldn't get a job, and of the subsequent wreck of their marriage, of Bub left to his own devices after school. She had felt closed in from the moment she stepped into the building.
The walls were so narrow that she could reach out and touch them on either side without having to stretch her arms any distance. When they reached the 4th floor, she thought the walls were reaching out for her, bending and swaying toward her in an effort to envelop her.
Even her sleep was troubled.
Unloose him! Unloose him! Shame! Shame! She has the key, and she won't unloose him! If I was you, dearie, I'd unloose him. It's so easy, dearie. So easy, dearie. Easy, easy, easy.
Huddled there on the bed, her mind still clouded with the memory of the dream, her body chilled from the cold, she thought of the room, not with hatred, not with contempt, but with dread. In the darkness, it seemed to close in on her until it became the sum total of all the things she was afraid of, and she drew back nearer the walls because the room grew smaller and the pieces of furniture larger, until she felt as though she were suffocating. She tried getting a job so she could leave the street.
So, when will my salary start, and how much will it be?
Salary?
For singing with the band?
Baby, this is just for experience. It'll be months before you actually make any money out of it. Hey, where you going?
I'm going home because I guess I'll have to try somewhere else.
Sit down, sit down. You got a great voice. I can practically guarantee you a $75 a week job.
So when does this job start?
In just 6 weeks. All we need to do is give you just a little bit of training.
How much does the training cost?
One flat rate of $125.
No, that's not possible.
Not a problem. We can arrange easy weekly payments. In fact, if you meet with me a couple nights in Harlem a week, those lessons won't cost you a thing.
She might as well face the fact that she would have to go on living in the same street. She didn't have enough money to pay a month's rent in advance on another apartment and hire a moving man. Even if she had the necessary funds, any apartment she moved into would be equally as undesirable as the one she moved out of. Except, of course, at a new address, and she wouldn't find Miss Hedges and the super. No, but there would be other people who wouldn't differ too greatly from them. This was as good a time and place as any other for her to get accustomed to the idea of remaining there.
However much she needed the money to help Bub, she wouldn't compromise her morals for it.
Pick up your coat and sit down, baby.
But I really can't stay.
Oh, come on. Have a drink. Why don't you sit down?
But I really gotta go.
Let's talk it over. Maybe we can work it out.
There's nothing to work out.
Oh. When you getting mad, baby?
Get away from me!
Oh, Christ. Judo can have you afterwards. I'm getting mine first.
You no-good bastard! If all you want is a whore, you can go to Miss Hedges, because you know what? I would rather get into bed with the rattlesnake than with you. You son of a...
I don't take that kind of talk. Not even good-looking dames like you. Maybe after I beat the hell out of you, you'll get used to the idea of sleeping with me and Junto.
Lutie was striking not at Boots Smith, but at a figure which her angry resentment transformed into everything she hated, everything she had fought against, everything that had served to frustrate her. First she was venting her rage against the dirty, crowded street. Then she was venting her anger at Jim and the slender girl she'd found him with, the white men on the subway with moist-eyed glances, the white women with unconcealed hostility in their eyes, the greasy Mr. Cross, and the super, pulling her down into the basement. Finally, she was striking at the white world, which thrust black people into a walled enclosure from which there was no escape.